Welcome, Dungeoneers, to our second special one-shot of the Dungeon Chronicles, our normal player Nat, who normally plays 6, currently away, but she should be back next week, so hopefully we will be back to our normal regime. I'm your Game Master Dan, aka Ruin D, and tonight I have the pleasure of taking a group of friends and content creators as they explore the beautiful fantasy world of Ethrol. We get to roll some dice, go on some amazing adventures, battle some creatures, all together, hopefully have a fun time. We play every Friday, 8:30 p.m. GMT, live here on Twitch, so please come by and watch us if you have the time. Past episodes are available on YouTube. The link is in the panels below. And our weekly games are uploaded there every Monday, so you can also check us out there. In the meantime, let's introduce our players. On our far left, we have Viola, played by Ash, aka Ashleaf. In the middle, we have Ren Barin, played by Rich. And on our far right, we have Antelus, played by Paul, aka that was a tongue tangler, aka Haphazard. So without further ado, voices everywhere today. Without further ado, let's head into our intro. Over the bronze hills, the summer dawns on a new day. As the warm summer rays hit the city of Port Dimless, the crown of the coast comes alive. Wide streets quickly become a splendor of artisans, artists, scholars, and commoners. Thousands of stories could be told about this city or its people, but our story focuses on a young man and his companions, with the drive to make something out of themselves and the desire not to just be another face in the street. Our story begins at the Port Dimless docks that head out to the Ocelot Sea, outside an old abandoned fishing shed, where one man, down on his luck, spent his last gold pieces in one last-ditch effort to make a name for himself. So, we are back, guys, and so as of last session, you found out that there was a Ren has put out a job to collect this golden dragon egg, and basically your job is to go in, find some information, wait till the gala, or after, or before, whenever, this is an open world, you can do it whenever you see fit, and get the dragon egg, take it to a gentleman to do the transaction. And so last session you went in, had a bit of a mooch around, spoke to some guards, got kicked out, and a couple of you left peacefully. So yeah, you find yourselves now on the outside of the museum, and you can hear the seagulls and the docks off in the distance, and there's a bit of chatter around you from people, normal commoners, street urchins, etc., etc. It's about it's coming up to like late afternoon now, and yeah, I hand it over to the players. What to do?
Can we check around the back? Because there was an attic door, window, wasn't there? I want to see if there's any way up to the top from the outside.
Not a problem. So you make your way around the corner of the cobbled streets. See a couple of like horse and like black carriages with like a yellow stripe around the middle, pulled by a couple of horses. You know from living here they are the taxis around the city of Port Dimless, and you make your way around the back. You can see the long slope that goes down underneath into the loading area, and then you can see the long, large stone column, which you can kind of put two and two together and make assumptions that that is the area.
Does it look like it could be climbed up without rope or anything, or like down? Is it anything?
It can't. There's no rope or anything like that, but
or like the bricks misaligned, so you can kind of like have like a makeshift ladder, so to speak.
Roll an investigation check.
Just be keeping a little bit of an eye out around us. Obviously, we've gone a little bit off the beaten path here by the looks of it. So I'll just be keeping a little bit of an eye, kind of, if we're catching any attention for it.
What do you mean by off the beaten path?
It sounds like we've kind of gone round the back of the building a little bit, or
yeah, but it backs up onto a normal street. There's people walking past. There's like
okay.
Yeah, it's not private land. It's absolutely fine where you are.
Cool. Good to know.
So what did you roll? You rolled a 4. Lovely. You think with your strength and your muscular capabilities that you could climb that wall, not a problem.
Okay. Then it's the other two. The other two are going to be able to climb on.
Is the question.
Tantalus, can you climb?
Can't you just carry me?
No.
And I guess I must climb.
Do you guys want to look around, see if there's any other ideas?
Did you find before I arrived?
Sorry, what was that?
What did you find before I arrived? Anything interesting?
You mean just the column? Looks like we could climb up the attic
No,
window.
inside. Took me a little bit to get back here, didn't it?
Inside, we all left together, didn't we?
Yes, but you arrived first.
We didn't really find anything, to
No.
be honest.
Okay.
I mean, there was artifacts in the museum, but you couldn't use them because they were dead. Don't know if any of them would have been useful to do what we're planning to do.
Okay.
I think I've got a way of making a massive distraction.
We have?
I think so. The Minotaur attraction. You press the button and it animates. For the control panels was. And I think
Okay.
we could cause some trouble meddling with that.
Notice that. Was that what you got into?
Well, that's why I got thrown out.
Okay. I thought you did that on purpose. That was a very good distraction. I managed to get into the room a little bit. The table. There's a dais in the middle, like a stand in the middle. Seemed to be floating, if I remember correctly. But it's got a pressure on it. So if you take off whatever's on it, it will lock the room down. So we need to be.
Couldn't we switch it with something?
It
So
would need to be something that's about the same size and weight.
Does anyone know heavier dragon egg weights?
Don't. But I might know someone who does.
Crap, I
Just
forgot his
whether we want
voice.
Just whether we want to go and have a talk with him or not. he might be able to give us an idea. He did give me some information. Apparently it's a silent G, so that's one thing of information that he gave me.
Do you think he could have a fake egg we could switch it with? Like a replica dragon egg?
It's whether a replica dragon egg would be the same weight or not. So if it's a true replica, maybe. If it's a knockoff, then probably not.
Yeah.
Some strange noises from the background.
Sounds like the kids playing
A little,
in the street.
Yeah, a little drunk comes past, making crazy noises. Oh.
Is it,
Just stare at him and he leaves.
is this shop far from here?
No, it's where I went to before I arrived, so I was only an hour behind you, I think.
Not even that.
About 20 minutes behind you, I think.
Yeah.
To you guys, if you think we should.
What else did you find in there? Because there's definitely gonna. What did we actually find? So, do we want to talk about this here, or do we want to go somewhere else?
Well, we can move away from here a little bit if you think it's best in case anyone hears us about it.
You move on. Where are you heading? Towards?
I'd quite like to be able to still see the building. So if there's like a tavern or something.
There's not one near here, but there is a very nice little park with a very, very large, almost colossus statue in the middle of it. And you can blatantly see the statue. It is of a it basically just looks like a huge. It's not designed in any kind of way. It's got a blank face, made of stone, and like etched in armor panels on its shoulders. They're blatantly made of stone. They're not armor, or some kind of rock. But yeah, it's completely blank, and it probably stands at about 25 foot high, something like that. So it's a big boy. And yeah, you can see that there's a couple of trees in there, nice little gazebo. There's a small little band playing, and yeah, a couple of commoners and people mulling around, the average day folk.
Tantalus is still here.
Okay.
As he pokes one of you guys in the back. I'm just reading something very interesting in my wonderful spell book. So I'm a little bit distracted. Hopefully I won't be distracted much longer.
Ren, on that map that you gave us, well,
Yeah.
you showed us. It did say that there was alarms, but we didn't find any alarms when we went in to the museum.
No.
So
No, I
that's-
didn't spot any either.
So that's one thing we're gonna have to be careful about.
It was only tagged in a couple of rooms though. It was only expected to be in a couple of the rooms, but as I said, the dais that is likely to be on is, if that gets lifted off, it forces the room to lock.
Yeah.
So that could prove to be quite problematic. What else do we know? There's expected to be alarms downstairs and upstairs, so the two main rooms. expected to see alarms in. But you could, in theory, move around the room with the Minotaur in it, through the cafe, up through the corridor, and to the attic.
If Tantalus' idea would possibly work, where he makes a statue move, could cause a distraction, and then we might not need to have like a weighted item. We can just try and make it to the attic with all the commotion going on.
I didn't see any key locks or anything. So some of the doors seem to be locked, but I couldn't see any keyholes or anything like that.
I don't think that there is keyholes. The guards had like a card, I think it was, that we saw, that me and Tantalus saw, where they opened the doors with a card.
Hey, that's interesting.
Like an arcane pass or something like that. I'm not sure how it works.
That's what they're called now in this world from now on. The arcane pass. I love it.
The arcane.
That's written down. That's gonna...
But unless we can get hold of one of them and then go into explore the rooms, but we don't know what rooms they are, do we? What's going to be behind the door? I mean, if we go into it, if we do manage to get a key card.
Well, there's a couple of the rooms that evidently don't go anywhere. Still didn't see where the loading dock connected to the main building. That's a possible way of getting in.
No, I had a look, well, from the outside, I couldn't really tell, I couldn't get close enough. I did watch the, what I believe the Dragonite was getting delivered. I did watch it go in through the loading area.
One of the rooms was, I
What
think
that's
it's
worth.
a break room or guard room on it. So maybe that possibly leads to the loading area. Don't know.
Okay.
We're gonna have to decide what to do.
You've got an evening, and you've got another day of quick exploration, and then the heist will have to be put into motion.
So the gala's tomorrow night, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Might be able to do something in the gala, but there's going to be a lot of people there.
That might be an advantage though, because more people, more distractions. But we'd have to be careful not to be seen actually taking the egg.
Yeah. The other option could be we simply try and force a door tonight and make our way through.
We could do that, but do you think the guards will still be there after it's closed overnight?
I have no doubt. I have no doubt they'll have security there.
Yeah. As we was walking around, did you notice a route that the guards kind of stuck to, or did they just seem to wander?
Didn't spend long enough in one place.
I mean, we could always go back in the night time, try and scout it out a little bit, see if we can see anything tonight. And if you think it's not a good idea, go back tomorrow.
I mean, I'm not 100% sure on the time scale for this. Obviously, they've said as soon as possible. Unless it's either going to get moved again after a few days or something, or unless it's going to kind of get put under heavier security after an amount of time. But I mean, we could in theory, play the long game, and if we find out they are likely to move it, we could simply play the role of the collecting team. Have them hand it to us, but I don't know how likely that is. That's a plan Z, I think.
What do you think, Tantalus?
Spot anything nice?
I was thinking we should probably go to the gala and just have another mooch around. Maybe something else might come up when we're there. Another opportunity, something we might have missed. Maybe, well, it'd be ideal if we get ourselves a key. You know, during that event. Not sure how we
I think
get
there'll be
it,
enough people there. We'd probably find it easier to try and get hold of a key at that point.
And another option, I don't know how viable, but the locked roof hatch. If we could get a key for that.
Did you say that you can float?
That's what I was thinking. If I can get up and out through there, I can I can actually use it on all of us. Feather fall.
That's what it's called.
We can float down.
Float down.
Straight into the arms of the guards waiting below.
Hopefully not. Hopefully we'll be quick enough that wouldn't be the case.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good exit, even if it's just one of us. I think if once we have one person.
Well, maybe that's what I do. Maybe if I can, I don't know how protected it's going to be, but if I can get make the malfunction happen on the Minotaur, and then I can get my escape route up and out through the hatch. But it's locked. The only way I could get through it is if I destroyed it, I think. But during the commotion of the whole thing kicking it off, if it goes accordingly, I don't think that's going to matter.
It's pretty obvious that it's missing anyway.
Something's going on. Yeah.
Them having an idea of how someone left isn't necessarily the end of the world. How are you guys with disguise?
Can't say I've tried it.
I mean, no one's actually seen your face yet. You're wearing your mask.
That's true.
You could probably get a. How are we gonna get the? Well, if we do get the egg, how are we gonna carry it? We can't just hold it in our hands. As for walking through the building. So you're gonna put it in a bag.
And people won't be able to get it out of the bag. I told you we've got a special bag for holding things. I will be able to put in some, maybe not your greatsword, but I'll be able to put in some smaller weapons. Maybe a few bits of armor. But the bag will hold more than it looks like it will do.
Okay.
We should be okay for that. I mean, I do like the idea of seeing if we can get a replacement egg, but it's pretty obvious walking into somewhere saying, "Do you have a fake dragon egg?"
Yeah, yeah, that is true. Maybe Tantalus's idea of just making the statue move to cause distraction might be the best.
The problem is the best distraction in the world won't help if the door's locked down.
But will the door lock? Is there going to be a door locked down between where the egg is and the attic?
Yeah, from what I saw of the plinth, if whatever's on there is removed, and I believe if it senses a weight difference, then it will lock down all the doors. I don't know if it's
Right.
just the doors for that room, or if it's all the doors on the floor, or all the doors in the museum.
Well, there wasn't a
Um,
door on the room of the egg, was there? It was just like a tent or something, wasn't it?
I would I make an assumption that there would probably be a door there?
There wasn't a door there. It was from what you remember, it was a canopy that came over the door, or a flashy canopy to make it look pretty for the gala. Normally, it is an open room, just like any of the other exhibits are an open room. The fact that it's such a prestigious thing means that there are guards there, but that doesn't mean that what you figured out when you did the investigation check on the plinth on the display piece, that you take that off, strap goes off, door's shut, figure out how to get out of the room. That's, you know what I mean.
So there is a presumption that there would be a door where that tent is.
There's an archway. There's no open closey door. Basically, it's
No, it's like a camouflage door.
or a like a portcullis or a slidey door.
Because
Okay.
I'm quite strong, could I not just stand in the doorway and like hold the door open, like?
You wouldn't?
Yeah.
I mean, you could see how that goes.
Well, I just get squished in half.
That is
Seen
a
that movie.
if you're willing to take that chance, then let's pray that the dice gods are with you.
I don't know, guys. What do you think is the best option?
You've got another day of searching around if you want.
Should we have a little look around and see?
Yeah. I think it's worth us having a think if there's somewhere else that we can go to.
So, as you chinwag and try and devise some kind of plan, the evening comes to some kind of night. Seagulls all seem to go to bed, and still the nighttime noises, crickets, etc., seem to come out, and still bustling. There are still many people around. Where would you like to have headed in the meantime? Go back to the fishing, the fishing hut where this whole adventure started. Would you like to go to a tavern? Would you like to go to anywhere else you can think of, really?
What do you want to do, Ren? You want to go back and try and think of something to do? Make a plan?
I'm just running a bit of a blank as to where we can go for further information, because I don't know anyone that can help us in this kind of situation. Don't have any real contacts at this point.
Backgrounds. I'm gonna throw you a bone.
With the egg regarding the pressure plate, couldn't we just get something that was way
You go.
heavier anyway?
Area?
Ren, your feature for your backstory is supply chain. From the time as a merchant, you retain connections with wholesalers, suppliers, and other merchants and entrepreneurs. You can call upon these connections when looking for items or information.
Okay. I might know a couple of people that might be able to give some information. So, a couple of thoughts, couple of school trains of thoughts here. So, we can try and find out about the dragon egg. We could try and find out about the plinth. If we can find someone who knows about kind of the mechanical workings of that, then we might be able to find a way of overloading it. And that could also work for the bull as well. Trying to think if there's anyone else that I would know that would be helpful for anything else. You're unusually quiet, Tantalus.
I'm listening to you.
Or kind of
I'm listening to the gears of your brain clunking away.
What's
they're
your
definitely clunking this evening.
What's your background, Viola? Urchin, aren't you?
Yeah.
Go on, carry on. Sorry, just trying to throw you the phones.
Don't
And
think mine's any good.
Not in the necromancy kind of way.
Yeah, that'd be good. I'm just a necromancer charlatan at the moment. Not a true necromancer at all.
So where would you like to have headed?
Okay. I think 2 for 1 is probably a better idea than just getting some information about an egg. If I know anyone who would have been involved potentially in manufacturing, putting something like the plinth together or the bull together, it looked like some kind of arcane construct, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
So either magic or machinery or a mix of the two. I'm not sure 100%.
Roll me a d20 and add your, let's say, charisma, just because it's a social thing. We got.
Gonna let me roll it.
Oh, rolled. Oh, nice. So it's a
19,
d20 plus your charisma.
Charisma modifier is +5.
5. Wow, so 24. Nice. Okay. Yes, you definitely know well, who do you know? You tell me.
Probably some form of artificer, because they tend to mix magic and machinery. Probably someone a little bit on the shadier side.
Okay.
Someone willing to kind of give information, and because I don't have money at the moment, he would probably either trade for either information or payment at a later time.
Okay. What race is he?
Let's go classic. Let's go Selwyn.
Nom.
He's a gnome.
Okay.
A nom.
And what's his name? Or her name? Either or.
Probably just goes by something like Ratchet or something.
Ratchet. Okay. So that could be a female or a male.
Mhm.
All right. No
Your
problem.
call.
Okay. Right. Okay. So and where does Ratchet work out of?
The back room of one of the breweries.
Back room of brewery. Okay. No worries. So there's a very popular brewery in town called
Sleepy Lizard.
Cap and Veg.
not the sleepy lizard.
Kappenwerk. It originated from up north in Ethrol, but now has expanded down here. Yeah, so you make your way around to more like the industrial area of the city. So you can see that there is there's like a river that runs through the city. Not like how can I put it? Well, yeah, like a river that runs through the city. But the docks to that river are high, like you would see in any kind of industrial place. Many buildings, stone buildings everywhere, and you come across this like what looks to be like a 2-3 story warehouse that this brewing company where this brewing company brews this ale. You can see that along the area, along the what's it called? Well, I just mentioned it. The industrial ward, let's call it. Many of the street lights are like broken, so it's quite a dark area. A lot of shady business goes on around this area, and you make your way along the cobblestone docking area, I suppose, with the buildings to your sides. So like, let's say you've got the river down your right, you've got the large docks, and then you've got the large buildings. And they kind of just terrace along. And as you make your way down there, you can see sat underneath one of the like flickering streetlights, one of the only ones that are flickering in this area. You can see a gentleman there, a human man, in a in like grey almost like not commoner, but I wouldn't quite say well, yes, commoner, but I wouldn't say like urchin, but I wouldn't say middle class. Just that kind of like middle bracket. He doesn't look rough and ready, but he doesn't look like he's about to cough up his last meal. And as you walk along, there's a couple of other people, but you just notice that he just seems to be keeping an eye on what is going on. Just seems to be nosing and looking around. And as you walk past, you make your way to the back area of this warehouse, and there is in front of you down the alleyway. There is a small wooden door, sturdy wooden door.
Knock. It'd probably have like a knock to say that it's someone who they know. Knock on the door a couple of times, just a few raps, and wait for it to open.
So you knock on the door, and you can see that the little shutter that is quite a lot lower than any of you kind of opens up. Hello.
Lean down.
Ah, Ren. How are you,
Good
my
evening.
friend?
I'm fantastic. I have quite a few questions for you. You got time? Maybe something you'd be interested in.
Are you going to make it worth my while, my friend? You know
When
how
have I
things
ever-
work around here.
Well, let's discuss shop inside.
Up. I know what you're like, Ren.
There's people here.
I know.
Well, not these are good people.
So pay up quickly, Ren. I know what you're like.
Go in. We can talk. I have something interesting.
Ooh, roll a persuasion check.
Persuasion. I do like me some persuasion. Don't ruin it. Oh,
Okay.
12.
Fine. And you hear a couple of the like latches open, and then the wooden door just kind of like open very, very slowly. Come on in, my friend.
Ratchet, this is Viola. This is Tantalus. You met Tantalus before. You know
How
me.
could I forget the skull man?
Have you ever seen him without it on?
No.
Strange.
He's probably hiding something.
Most definitely.
You will always creep me out, Tantalus. Always. So, tell me. How's business?
Interesting.
I've heard.
Have you heard?
You know, it's how... Ran, when people hit Schitt's Creek, word travels fast.
In Shit Creek, I'm doing quite well, thank you.
I'm sure you are.
Me. Am I doing badly?
Financially, I don't know.
Finances bounce back, that's fine.
I'm sure
But
they do.
I have something interesting.
Do tell.
We were just at the museum,
Mm-hmm.
and the bull there seems to have a loose cover, which Tantalus here seems to think maybe could send it on a bit of a rampage if it's tinkered with properly, which could be quite entertaining. And in that little side room, have you seen the little side room? Little side room they've got for the new exhibit that they've got coming in.
I must say I've not been.
Oh, you're missing out. There's a very fancy little tent in the doorway, and inside the room there's a little floating plinth. Which looks very nicely made, but I haven't figured out how it works. It's also got a bit of a pressure plate on top of it as well, and that seems to trigger or something around it. I'm not really sure. But if one was to take off the thing that was on it, it looks like it would close doors or set off alarms and all kinds of interesting things like that. But I want to take the thing off it that's on it. Well, it's not on it yet. It'll be on it soon. And I want to take off the thing that's on it. But I don't want to set off all the alarms and stuff. Is this something you've seen, heard of, experienced before?
Sounds like a very basic pressure trap. Just need to replace the instrument with the equivalent weight of what was originally on there.
This is what I said.
You did very well. Your idea was maybe anything, so heavier. Would heavier still work, Ratchet? I mean, would that work?
Depends how complex the trap is. If it's more
Didn't get very good with
advanced, something that I would do, then it would have a load cell that if you put too much weight on it, then still triggers the trap.
Okay, that's confusing me. Have you got one to show me?
Not a fully complete trap, no.
Just a basic mechanics for it, so I can see how it works. You know how my mind works. I work better with visual.
Okay. So basically, plinth, slab. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Item on top of the slab. Have I lost you yet?
No,
You
no, I'm
nodded.
still here.
Hmm. Item on top of the trap weighing X amount of weight. Take it off, the trap rises. Sets off trap. Sorry, you take off the item, the trap rises, sets off trap. You replace it with more weight, it depresses and sets off the trap. Or it could be simple and boring, and it doesn't depress.
It just raises.
It just raises.
Okay.
It depends how complex the trap is, really.
What if we were to wedge something in the gaps, like a dagger or something? Would that block the plate from moving at all?
Again, if it was a complex trap, the fact that you are putting extra pressure on it would depress the slab instantly, causing alarm. If it's not a depression trap, then you should have no issue.
If you were to have a museum, you personally, if you owned a museum, get something available coming in as a display that you wanted to show off, would you be likely to pay out for an expensive one, or would you be likely to cheap out on it?
Me, personally, the amount of money I have, I would not crimp on the expenses. But that person may not be me.
Could we tell by looking at it if it was more advanced or just a simple one? Is there anything that could tell us?
Yes,
Give
push
us
it.
Didn't get close enough to touch it. Well, I did, but I didn't want to set it off or anything.
I could get myself thrown out again, if you like.
It will probably come to that at some point.
Just so you know, word around town is that your elf noble that has it's this egg. I know exactly what you're going on about, my friend.
But you said you hadn't made it into the room. How would you possibly know?
Word around town, keep your ear low to the floor. You hear a lot of rumbling.
You have taught me well there.
Word around town is that purchasing that egg from whoever stole that cost him a fair bit of money. And to get the to get the government to look the other way also cost him a fair bit of money. So, might be lucky on the trap.
So, limited funds as opposed to a unlimited pocket.
Yes. Daddy's purse doesn't go that deep.
No. No, they never do. Okay. Well, the other bit of information obviously would be the bull. What would we do to get that maybe stomping around a little bit, causing a bit of a hoo-ha, making it more entertaining? Because it's gonna be a guard, it's gonna be boring.
So, Tantalus, I assume, well, not assume, I hear that, am I right in hearing that you are the one that saw this?
Yes.
Right. And how did you exactly go about your investigation?
With the cunning skill that only I possess.
I'm sure you do, my masked friend. I need a little bit more information on what you actually saw, so I could maybe help you out.
It was, I don't know, actually, I need to recall how complicated it was. I thought it was quite simple, but I might be mistaken. Can I recall the complexity of the device? Because I only literally
Yeah, okay.
flicked the hatch and then
Yeah. Roll
got
an
busted.
because it's such a flick. Roll an intelligence check with an Arcana check with disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Find it. There
Oh,
it
nice.
is. So we got a 22. Nice. Yeah. So you from what you saw, you pretty much recall it. Pretty much burn into your brain. There would definitely be a way to overload the mechanics and the arcane powering it, the arcane mana powering it from that little hatch, and yeah. So basically, you know that it's mechanical, and you know that it's arcane.
Okay, so it's a combination of those two things.
Yes.
I'm not sure what would be best, whether to just stick a good old-fashioned dagger into it or blast it with magic.
Well, probably. The way these things normally work is that the arcane power that has been infused with this sculpture, animatronic, whatever you want to call it, there will be a core, which either using probably tinkerer's tools, thieves' tools, could get it to break free of its confinements and definitely wreak havoc on the place. Actually makes me want to go.
Fill the space.
Always have an invite.
Oh no. I mean, just to see you all fail.
We don't fail. We just delay.
Play.
sometimes.
I like it.
Mhm.
Like it.
If it's not the right time, then it's not the right time, is it?
Still one with words, Ren. Still one with words.
I do try.
Yes, so if you overload it, it will probably go crazy. Have fun. Maybe destroy you, maybe destroy the guards. Who knows? I would run quick, though, if I were you.
So we may need some more tools then. Finer tools, dagger. Any of you guys efficient in tinkering with things or thievery?
Yes? Oh, sorry, not me. By the way, Ren,
Always have an invite.
I hope my normal commission for this kind of information will be acceptable as usual.
You know how much I value your information and your friendship.
It's all business, my friend.
You say that, but you know.
Oh, I know.
yeah, I know. Fine. Yeah. Just have you. You will be paid.
Good, good. My normal fee applies.
Mhm. Let me know what you need, when you need it, and how you need it, and we will arrange.
Good, good. Now, is there anything else I can help you with?
Any questions, Viola?
No. Can't think of any. I'll just go along whatever plan you think is going to be best.
The man here is an absolute genius, so if you ever need anything making, tinkering, or being put together for you, he will make it. He can pretty much make anything you need.
Battery will get you everywhere, Ren.
Well, thank you. And as well, standard discretion, standard costs.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Absolutely. You were never here.
Never where.
Exactly.
Won't see you soon.
Good evening.
Kate.
Yeah, and you make your way out the building. And this tiny little gnome just walks you out. Sorry, I know I give a late description here, but he's kind of like quite a rotund dwarf, flipping heck. Quite a podgy gnome, someone who definitely does not go for walks in the park. Very pale skin, very, very pale. Almost like translucent. And he's very well put together, even though he's in the back streets of nowhere. His clothes are fine, his hair is fine. He's fed very, very well, watered very, very well. This guy definitely has a fair bit of coin behind him.
Are you sure you can trust him, Ren?
He has helped a few times. As we're leaving, I just want to keep a little bit of an eye and see if that person that we saw in the not so grotty clothes is still out there.
Okay. Yes. So as you walk by, he's still by the flickering light, watching people go by. And he's keeping himself to himself. He's not making an issue or a scene or anything like that. He's just.
And I just spot a hag selling like trinkets and curiosities and just disappear for a moment to have a look at that.
Absolutely.
It's really interesting.
Absolutely.
You see teeth and bones and then stuff, and I think, yes, I need to look at that.
We'll figure something out. Well, while he does that, guys, let's go for a short break. We're going to be about 10 minutes, and we will be back very, very shortly. Hopefully, the conclusion.
Fun and games.
To this adventure. So stick around, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you're enjoying it so far, and we will see you in a bit. Peace.
Bye.
And welcome back, guys. Yes, our adventurers found some information off one of Ren's associates, or not associates, but old-time acquaintances named Ratchet, who told them about a bit of information about the McGubbins that they are looking for. And now they've walked away, and they saw the gentleman underneath the flashing light, very noir-esque. And what would you guys like to do?
As Tantalus has nipped off to have a look at something. Are we still in the vicinity of the person sat under the light?
Yep.
Just want to have a little look over him. Spend a little bit of time kind of looking at his, like, not obviously kind of like staring at him or anything, but just having a look at, kind of trying to get a bit of a read on him.
So first of all,
is he holding anything? Is he doing anything? Is he watching specific people? That kind of thought.
Okay. How long would you like to spend doing this? That will determine your DC for your insight.
Basically, for as long as it's not uncomfortable. So I don't want to be sitting there kind of staring at him for 15 minutes straight or anything. But couple of minutes, I think I can probably kind of get away with it.
Okay.
I've got visions of that scene from Ace Ventura when he's looking at the drain. They'll be uncomfortable yet.
So first
DC
of all,
one.
roll me either a performance check or a deception check to try and just not be weird.
Okay, I will do performance to not be weird.
Okay. Oh dear.
No, you won't. No, you won't, you weirdo.
What have we got? An 11.
11.
Okay. So
Not
you you don't you're not able to glean any significant insight on him because before you can he moves off. But could you roll me an insight check with disadvantage due to the time and the fact that the roll wasn't, it was mediocre. Actually, no, it was mediocre. So let's roll it normal. And yeah, so could you roll me a insight check, please?
Of course.
Ah, of course you.
I know everything.
That's another one that goes in the natural 20 shout outs for the shorts on YouTube. So yeah, right. So you did pretty well. Don't get me wrong. Skill checks aren't guaranteed with a natural 20, but you still did a 23, which is very, very good. Okay, so you have come across people like or you get a very good insight that you have heard and come across and been around people like this before. He acts in the as much as they're individual. He acts in the same kind of mannerisms. He doesn't outwardly. He's not outwardly, going fight evil and da 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 and X Y Z. So, you can hang on. I'm trying to look for my journals on here now so I can find the actions. There we go. You get the sense that this is a guy that could possibly or probably be from a group which is called the Keepers. The Keepers are an old organization that has risen and been shattered, etc., 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 several times throughout history. Basically, their beliefs are they're not good nor evil. They tend to slide towards the good side because their beliefs, more evil people go for this, but they believe that, or they join this faction because no one can ever have too much. Too much power leads to corruption. No one should be powerless, and no one can ever have too much information. That's kind of like their beliefs. That's kind of like their mantra. Yeah. So they're all about information because they're like spies, but without being spies. Yeah. So they just kind of lurk around. They try and find out information. They're a huge source of information trafficking throughout the all that they are. That is not a sentence. Throughout the whole of Ethrol.
It's enough.
The all of Ethrol. No, the whole of Ethrol. Yeah, so basically they gather information throughout Ethrol, discern the political dynamics within each region or realm, and promote fairness and equality by covert means. There you go. That's basically their mantra. Yeah, you like just the way he's acted. Just they never carry any like symbology. They do have colors, but they don't really. He doesn't. No one ever really carries symbology on a public show. Yeah, very much like Hydra and Captain America. It's kind of like, you know what I mean?
Okay. I was thinking more like a mason, but you know.
No, you rolled a 23. You got the information.
Okay. A quick question around my class then. Not my class, sorry, my race.
Okay.
Spending the time looking at him, would that have garnered enough information for me to mimic it?
Yep.
Cool.
Not a problem. He was a middle-aged man with a really big bushy eyebrows, kind of like weird mutton chops, and he was slightly balding at the back.
So bushy eyebrows.
Rolled something, Tantalus. Lots of question marks.
It's a private role, but it wasn't that private, if you could say it there.
Well, just question marks.
Oh, okay.
Cool. Thank you very much, DM. Yeah, I'll just wait for Tantalus to come back then.
So yeah, you see this old little hag lady that's kind of like walking around the streets. She is hunched over. She has a long, crooked, broken, like looks like it's definitely been broken in the past. She's pushing like a cart that looks to be empty at the moment, but she's pushing it back to some kind of some area within the industrial ward. Manufacturer ward? The Yeah, I can't think of the name of the ward right now, but yeah. And yeah, she you do notice that there is a bag on the bottom of her little like two-shelved cart that she's currently like shimmying along.
Does it move the bag? Like, is it something alive in there, or is it not
Roll a perception check.
obvious? Just a flat roll, yeah?
Perception check, yeah. That was still a private roll. What was it?
Oh. Must be locked onto that now. Oh, yeah, there we go. Public roll. It was 11.
Oh, 11. Okay. You don't see that it's moving. It doesn't look oddly shaped. Just something in a bag. Big, like, you know, like, not, what are they called? You know them, like, burlap sacks? The, with the rope string at the top. And she just wanders past. Yeah, chillers high hell.
Guys, do you think that there's a dragon-sized egg bag thing there? Maybe? Are we going to go off the weighted idea?
I don't know. I mean, we might have to think of something. I think we just need to go go back there again and have a little look around before we make a decision what to do.
So, are you going to do anything with this scenario, Tantalus?
I can't think of a way to. With no money, and all I can do is kill her. I think it feels a bit extreme in this environment. For a bag of unknown stuff. As tempting as it is.
You see that as she's walking away, you see that one of the taverns that's on this industrial, very rundown, single story, very small, like pub or inn. Hang on, which one's which? Tavern is just the bar, inn is with the rooms. Yeah, is that right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, is that the correct way around it?
I've never looked into that, but I will look into it now.
Yeah, they are actually two different things. So yeah, you see that that pub is kicked out, and you can see like loads of people that are like very worker class, very like working clothes. A lot of people are just warehouse workers, and it's like kicking out time, and she gets like muddled up in the crowd. Off they go in their directions. And yeah, so it's getting late on, and you might need to find yourself a place to rest for the evening. Where would you like to? Would you like to find a tavern? Would you like to sleep on the streets? Would you like to go back to your fishing hut?
Is the room where your warehouse hut is, Ren, for us to sleep in there?
Yeah, there should be. Just don't be too loud.
Why can't we be too loud?
I haven't figured out how to pay to be there yet.
Right.
See?
So, is anyone gonna come in and see us lying in there on the floor?
Maybe. I've never had an issue with it though, so I'm sure it'll be fine.
Okay, should we go back there then? Because we don't seem to have much money.
Yeah, I've got no money.
Very true.
Okay, so you make your way back to the. Oh, go on, Antlers, sorry.
I was just going to say I might be able to set an alarm on the door if you want us to. But
It would certainly help. Do you want to go and try and make some money? Don't know how anyone could.
this is going to make us money, right? This job.
Yeah,
Not to go off track, because we do need to complete this one shot, but there is a casino in town.
Problem is, we need to have money to make money with a casino.
The casino, just so you know, is called the Drake Grave Casino.
You got that money.
Should we just go back to the hut and get a good night's rest and focus?
Right.
Okay, so
We should try.
as you make your way from the industrial area to Dockwood, the sudden thick aroma of fish, or that sea life smell, just kind of like hits you very strong. You can see that there's now that everything's like stopped for the night, you can see that there's multiple like crab traps and stuff like that across the docks, etc. There's a couple of ships that have been docked up for the evening. You can see that there's still a number of people around. They all seem to be coming back from the tavern, these sailors and all that kind of malarkey, these merchants that, go off. They kind of, dock their boat, go into the city, do their biz, and then they start to come back, and they probably sleep there for the evening, if they cannot afford to acquire a room. or lady favors for the evening. Or male favors, not gender specific. You make your way down to the small fishing hut / warehouse. Very, very small building. You can see that the windows are boarded up and the doors kind of like rotten to an extent. There's no lights on inside. Your receptionist Margaret has blatantly gone home for the evening to rest her weary bones, or she's off on some kind of information gathering. So you make your way in. You can see the boxes and the barrels that are all been like broken, and there's a few like little crab traps there, and the cold stone walls and the cold stone floor are there in front of you. Do as you wish.
I'm gonna get my bedroll out and just put it on the floor.
Okay. So you settled down. Roll that out.
And I'm gonna say to Ren, "Do you have any beer here?"
Didn't hear you. Sorry, Ren, if you said anything then.
So I said I don't think so. In all honesty, I kind of spent the last of my money buying the clothing for tomorrow.
Okay.
So, little strapped for cash at the moment.
I'll just get on my bedroll then.
Okay. You can hear a group of sailors singing a sea shanty as they make their way back onto their ship as they just run along by. Tantalus, are you doing anything?
Yeah, I'm trying to consult my brain to find out how many prepared spells I'm allowed.
You can have.
Because I've only got 4. Maybe that's what I can have at this level. I wasn't sure. It feels like in the system I can add as many as I want, but that can't be right.
You can, right. So basically how the wizard works is in your book of beauty, yeah, you have written down all the spells that you know, right? And then you can consult that book on a ritual spell at any time you want, yeah? But you can only so every morning you can prepare your spells. So you read through your book, prepare the spells that you think that you're all right. Yeah. You prepare the spells that you think you might need for the day in the morning when you wake up, and that is the amount that you can prepare. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I want to. What's the maximum amount I can have prepared? That's what I'm trying to find out. I've got 4.
I've just loaded up Selwyn. Hang on 1 second. Where is?
It looks like I can add as many as I want, but that can't be right.
No, you can add as many into your spell book as you want, so you know loads, but it's how many you memorize. Yeah, in the morning.
Yeah, I'm looking under the prepared tab rather than my spell book. I'm looking in the prepared tab, and it looks like I can prepare loads and loads and loads.
Let me just.
But I don't want to do that if I'm not supposed to be able to do that.
Where the hell? I'm not used to doing this on such a small screen.
Wizard table shows how many spell slots you have to cast your wizard spells of first level and higher. So wizard spell table, you can have 2 first level spells and 3 cantrips.
2? So I've got too many then already.
Yeah, is that how many spell slots he's got, or is that how many he knows? Because it's very different.
I've got 2 slots.
Yeah, you've got 2 slots. I think he knows more. I just can't. Hang on, I can get it onto there. There you go. I can do it now. Hang on. Spells. So you can.
So at first level, you have a spell book.
You can.
6
Hang on.
First level.
Hang on, Rich. You can prepare 7 spells.
7.
Yeah.
Cool.
You can prepare 7 spells. Whatever's in your spell book is multiple, yeah? So 4 of them, 3 are your cantrips out of them 7, and then 4 is what you can prepare for first level or higher. Obviously, you can only cast first level spells at the moment, but you only have 2 spell slots. Yeah, make sense?
All right, so including cantrips.
Yeah.
Okay, that's different then. So can I have up to? Why have I got 4? That's because of my innate my class.
Yeah.
Has a cantrip. Is that excluded from that full count?
You have
It looks like
the
I've got 4 cantrips.
yeah.
and
You have the
4
light. You have the light cantrip,
Yeah.
don't you? Yeah. Yeah. That's excluded. That's a racial thing. So the way to go about it in the morning is you go to your spell book. You can unclick all your prepared spells, and then which are highlighted in red, and then you can go through your spell book spells, and you can pick whichever ones you want. So at the moment you have Fog Cloud, Frost Fingers, Shield, and Witch Bolt.
Yeah.
Prepared. And then in the morning you can choose another 4, as long as you swap them out. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Cool.
I've got I'm got my maximum.
Yeah.
For 4 first level and normally 3 cantrips, but 4 because of the racial thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Absolutely. Sorry, Rich, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, it's cool. It's cool. I was trying to figure it out.
Yeah. I've never run them, but I do like wizards, so I know a little bit about them, just a little.
If I wanted to have a different first level spell, I can't do that in the middle of a day.
No.
I have to sit down, study.
Unless it's a ritual spell. And then if it's a ritual spell, you take 10 minutes reading your book, plus the time it takes to cast that spell. So if it's just 1 round, casting time, that's 10 minutes and 6 seconds. If it takes a minute to cast, it's 11 minutes. If it takes an hour to cast, it's 1 hour, 10 minutes. Yeah? So it's 10 minutes reading your book, and then however long it takes to actually cast the spell. So are you doing anything, Tantalus? Are you, or are you just looking for your spell book for tomorrow?
Do I find a dead fish?
Roll an investigation check. Yes, you certainly do find a dead fish. You're not sure how edible it is, but you think it's worth giving it a go with a 9.
So I'm gonna spend like an hour before I go to bed trying to bring this fish back to life through necromancy.
Right. Okay. That is not where I was going with it. I was like, this dude's going to be poisoned in the morning. He's going to be fucked.
I'm a pelican.
Yeah, it's what's known as a knucklebeak fish.
Knucklebeak fish.
Yeah, because they have like they have a weird shaped mouth. Very good for very good for feeding. Not feeding you, I mean feeding themselves. Knuckle beak. Oh. Well, I've got a lot of writing this week from the random crap that we've made up tonight.
Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do.
Cool.
But I set up some kind of ritual looking thing.
What spell are
in my
you?
inventories
What
I've
spell are
got.
you casting?
I'm gonna use. And this is only theorizing. You see, I'm gonna use Toll the Dead, but I'm gonna try and make it Wake the Dead. That's probably not gonna work, obviously, but that doesn't matter. I'm still gonna, because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm still gonna try it. So.
Okay. So You point at the creature that you see within that you see this knucklehead fish. You point at the knucklehead fish, and the sound of ominous looming chimes of like bells, big old church bells, just kind of like very deep and droning though, just kind of like fill the air. And the target is dead, so it fails its thing. It takes roll 1d8 for me, please, Antilus.
1d8. I have to manually do that, right? So
Actually, no, it's 1d12 because it's.
Cancel it. Is
It's,
it because it's already taken damage?
it's already taken damage. It's got 0 hit points. This poor fish.
Oh, that's going to be 2. I don't want to do that. That's 2d12. Cancel. Close. No.
It's all right.
Well.
Don't
Either
worry.
way, it's
Just roll
take
another one.
Take the lowest number.
Take the lowest. Okay, so that is 1 point of. Okay, you see that as you point it is a necrotic spell, isn't it? Yes. You can see that it starts to the skin starts to like peel back a little bit. What's left of its like rib cage and stuff like that, and you can see the bones start to blacken.
It's coming alive.
It hasn't come alive, but
it looked like it was coming alive. Did you see that, guys? I knew he did it.
You're getting there. You're getting there. Won't be long.
Nope. Crystal's definitely helping. Just feel its power.
Ren, what would you? Oh, sorry.
Oh, I just say I told you it was a good one. Worth the price.
Ren, what are you doing for the evening?
I'm gonna spend a little bit of time just updating the map that we have, just putting on the note the things that we know that we've learned about it, and just checking before the others go to sleep. Just checking with them if there's any other information they want adding onto the map, so that we've got a bit more of an updated bit of information.
Okay, so if we pull up the map, guys, just quickly, should be in your thing. Ash, don't forget to click on it.
Yeah.
So what would you like to update? You've obviously got the main area, which is, it says hidden closets. You've got alarms somewhere on there. You can see the general outlay of the thing. You got the mechanical minotaur, alarms. You've got the dragon egg, security, cafe, office. Anywhere that you would like to update while we can't do it right now, but
you guys found that the top left office was the records room.
Yeah, I think that was correct.
Yeah, and the bottom left on the ground floor was the break room. We didn't find anything about the bottom left on the first floor, and we didn't make it down the right side. We've not figured out where the loading dock comes in. We know that there's for security in the Dragon Egg room. We know that there's the pressure plates and sealable doors. Not sealing doors, they're different. And you finally told me that there were key cards. So I now know about the key cards.
Yeah, so maybe we can try and get a key card tomorrow at some point when we go back.
I think that's definitely a good idea. You can get at least one key card.
I think we need to check the rooms as well, where it says alarms. We need to try and find where the alarms are in them 2 rooms.
Yeah, I had a look for that down on the ground floor. I had a look to see if I could see any of the closets, but I couldn't see them, and I couldn't see where the alarms were.
okay. So as a port of call before you go to sleep, give me a list of things that you would like to do either as a group or individual tomorrow, so we could get through it a bit quicker. You don't know what's behind the doors, but like that will come naturally. I'm just like, just so I know, like, I'm gonna look for alarms here, or Tantalus is gonna look for alarms here, or I'm gonna distract a guard, or I'm gonna whatever you need to do. Like,
Yeah.
just
So
give me a list.
who of us are any of us any good at kind of lifting items? Not just
I'm
picking things
strong.
up. More kind of pickpocketing or anything. Have we not found anyone that's good at that yet?
So,
Sleight of hand.
yeah, I should be able to do that.
Okay. So if we get...
Yeah.
No, go on.
No, go on. I'll finish.
I was just gonna say was I'm quite good at distraction.
Yeah.
Quite good at kind of keeping people's attention. Not as well versed in sneaking around and stuff.
Okay.
So I think if we work together, me and you, Viola, we should be able to lift at least one of the guards' cards.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, I think it's worth us having a look and seeing if we can get an idea of the routes that they take. I mentioned it before; it's a very good idea.
Yeah.
Having a look and see if we can figure out where the guards walk around, the routes that they take, and if we can get into, we can have a look at the items. The you said that, well, I saw it. They were behind kind of magic barriers.
Yeah,
Might be worth having a look and seeing if we can overload any of them.
Yeah, we could do.
Because that could also cause a distraction. Or a lockdown, but we'll see. We can... Because you said there was some items on the left side. I've not been down that side before.
There was a flying carpet.
There was a what now?
A flying carpet. It looked pretty cool.
That's interesting to know. I mean, why float down when you can fly down?
Yep.
And I will probably be able to find someone who'd want to purchase that as well.
That's if we can get to it.
Might be an extra bonus.
Let you know as well, my tomorrow I'll be preparing my spells for the day. I'm going to take Disguise Self and Charm Person, which could come in handy.
Very handy. Is Disguise Self, is that... It might be obvious with the name, but is that something you can cast on someone else as well?
It looks like I can just change myself.
Just yourself.
Yeah.
Kind of obvious with the name, but it's worth checking.
I was thinking, but do you think
yourself.
someone... Sorry.
No, go on. I cut you off.
I was thinking, do you think it would be too difficult to try and disarm the trap with the egg on? Rather than...
I don't think it would be. We might need to get the specific tools for it, but I don't think it would be.
Rather than trying to find something weighted, or just
Disable it.
Disable it
Hmm.
while trying to be undetected while doing it. I don't know. We can check out tomorrow, I guess. Although we can just have a look at the guards first, see if we can get a key off one of the guards, see what we find then.
Yeah. I think that's a good idea. Yeah, so try and get excuse me. Try and get one of the key cards, or at least one of them. I mean, the fewer that the guards have, the better anyway. Because then they might have to start sharing cards. They're going to be limited in how easily they can move in and out of rooms and stuff.
That is true.
If we can find out what kind of route they take around the museum, who stands guard, who moves around. What else do we want to know? We want to try and find those alarms.
So while we're trying to get the keys, Tantalus, what are you going to be doing?
Well, I was thinking of helping you get the key, so I could charm one of the guards to just open the door for us or give us a key. I could disguise myself as a guard and pretend to access areas and like make up some kind of rubbish story about lost my key. Can you let me in?
Just be aware.
I mean, how could...
Just be aware, Tantalus, that once the spell ends, which is an hour, creature knows it was charmed by you. Just be aware.
Yeah. So those are my thoughts.
But I do think having a look and seeing if we can, again, depending on how busy it is with the gala, I don't know how many people are going to be there. We may be able to, like, disable, that's the word, the pressure plate or something while people are around it. If there's enough people around, it could be quite easy to disguise what you're doing, just going up and looking at it, or trying to get into the room tomorrow before it all starts and looking at trying to disable it.
Yeah, I think we just need to go back and have a look, don't we?
Yeah. We can also try and put some items around in the museum. I didn't want to leave anything overnight tonight, but that top room, we could put some items there that we can go and pick up afterwards. So
Yeah.
again, maybe not a big two-handed sword, but a smaller sword maybe, because we can't take weapons into the gala with us.
Okay.
Do you
So
have a
small
bag?
sword, okay.
Just letting you know.
Yeah. But that is limited space.
Yeah, but not that limited.
So I could still stick my sword in
You'd
it.
be able to fit armor, swords, the egg. Well, the egg. I'm assuming the swords and the armor would be out by the time that you get the egg to put in it. You could fit the egg and some clothes in it. You could fit some rope in it. There's a lot of things you could fit in a bag of holding. It's not a diddy bag.
Well, I don't need to store any armor because I have no armor, so it'd only be my sword really. I need to take with me.
Did anyone... You went up a couple of times into the attic. Did you see what was in the boxes there?
Are you talking to Tantalus?
Yeah, it was just linen.
Just linen,
sheets,
wasn't
just stuff for like the event, like table covers and
Okay.
stuff like that.
Okay, not to worry. Okay, yeah, I think if we sleep on it and we'll have a look and see about getting some plans in place tomorrow.
Okay.
So you all you all settle down for the evening. Luckily, it goes okay. No guards show up. You've made yourself pretty quiet. You haven't, made a ruckus or got drunk or anything like that. So you're okay. So you wake up in the morning on a new, fresh day, and oh. and you can hear you're woken up by the sound of seagulls and chatter within the dock ward. And what would you like to do? Just a quick before you, nothing too crazy, just mechanical if you need to do anything before you head off towards the, well, wherever you want to head off to, but I'm assuming it's the museum, unless you want to get more information from somewhere else.
Just gonna spend some time brushing sorting my hair out. Got bad head now.
Tantalus?
Ren will be-
Oh, go on, Ren.
No, no.
Go on, Tantalus.
I was just going to say, I'm just going through my spell book, adding the spells for the day into it. Into my memory, I suppose.
Yep, from your spellbook into your memory, not a problem. Ren?
Yeah.
Ren will go out to the sun as it rises, kind of greeting the day in his usual kind of processed fashion. Thanking for the new day, thanking for the new dawn, thanking for the opportunity to continue bettering himself and those that he's working with. A little bit of a prayer to Ziva, and then comes back in and puts the sign up, lays the table out as he does every morning when he arrives, and greets Margaret as she comes back in again.
As you are putting the sign up, you can see her walking down the road, and she greets you. She looks very tired every morning when she comes in, and she gives you a nod and a wave. She never says morning.
It's a nod.
It's just a nod. Just you can see as if she's got up 5 minutes ago and she's just stumbled down down onto the thing, knowing where she needs to be for her day. She goes inside. She pulls out a little flask, and she takes a sip of it. It's the strong smell of coffee comes from the flask as she opens it, and she looks at you, cigarette in hand, coffee out of a flask in the other, and what would you like me to do today, boss?
It's a good question. I haven't thought of this.
I don't know if I've used her voice before, but this is her new voice.
No, you hadn't. We hadn't
There you
actually
go.
spoke yesterday.
The pre-coffee
is there
voice.
a bit there, I think.
This is 40 fags a day voice.
I know what you could do.
What?
Got an idea?
We'll grab a shower.
Don't be rude.
As someone
stinks.
that literally smells of death.
Glorious smell.
Why don't you go
Embrace
jump in
it.
the ocean and drown?
Why don't you get a haircut? Hag.
Why don't you get a facelift, you ugly fucker?
Touche.
She's building a personality already, guys.
Keep smoking.
I've been fine for the past 30 years. What would you like me to do, boss?
See if you can find anything out about this dragon enthusiast.
What's his name?
See, now therein lies the problem. I don't know. It wasn't given in the letter.
Oh, that dragon enthusiast. Sorry, DM was totally thinking about the other dragon enthusiast. That was
No.
right.
Um,
Don't worry, I've got her contact details. I'll sort it out.
And if you have time as well, look into a Humphrey Downton.
Humphrey Downton.
That's who we're returning the item to once it's secured.
Right. Will do, boss.
Thank you.
She just sits down for a moment, completely ignoring the fact that her boss is right in front of her, asking her to do work. And she just sits down, carries on smoking a fag, carries on drinking a coffee out the thing, just no cares about the job whatsoever. Like, she'll get it done. You have good faith that she'll get it done, but she does it in her own time, in her own space, in her own, like...
Fairly fair. She hasn't let me down yet, so...
As she exhales a big plume of smoke, she goes, when am I getting paid, boss?
When we get paid. So, soon.
Can I get it?
Don't be late this time. Goes
Set
about
on
her
you
business.
again.
Who?
Tantalus.
I'm not scared of Tantalus. Jesus. Stiff breeze could knock that guy over. Be careful of the seagulls, Tantalus. They might think you're a nice little piece of meat. He's not.
I love this woman.
I need to go deal with the spider that was in my sleeping bag.
Why don't you go and eat it?
Maybe I will. Tastes better than your food.
So yeah, you give her her duties for the day, and you start to make your way away from the dock ward into more of like the merchant kind of the nicer part of town. I'm not saying it's noble, not like the castle ward or anything like that, but it's a nicer part of town where a lot of the day-to-day business goes, the more legitimate business goes. So you make your way up to the we'll just theater of the mind this. You make your way up to the Museum of Magical Mystery. It's just about open, and you walk in, and the lady behind the desk asks you for your 3 gold pieces to enter for the day.
3.
It's 3 of you.
Have you got money, Ren?
Retrospectively, could I have been keeping an eye out for any dropped coins or lost coin purses or anything like that as we were coming through the past all of the pubs, the inns, the taverns from the night before? Any kind of lost money that we could have found to
Roll an investigation check, dude. No, actually, a perception check it would be as you're just walking. You're not investigating anything.
Okay.
Oh dear.
No, 4.
Yeah. No, you lose money.
I don't have any money to lose.
I don't have any money to lose. Unfortunately, you don't find anything. Sorry.
Shit.
I'm gonna go to her and say to her, I paid yesterday. Can I get him for free today, please?
She replies no. It's a
But
day ticket.
I'm a regular customer.
It's a day ticket.
I'm gonna turn to her and say, I do have money, but I don't have much, and that's my drinking money, and I need it back. So I will pay, but I want it back.
Okay.
How much are you paying?
3, because
Okay.
yeah.
Well, Tantalus is just about back. Hello, Tantalus. You enjoy the snack of a very nice spider, and you, as you're making your way through the city, As you get to the Museum of Magical Mystery, the woman at the front desk has asked you again for 1 gold piece. We have clarified that Ren has no money, and Viola is willing to pay the 3 gold pieces, but that was while you weren't here. So, have you got a gold piece to spare?
I don't have any money at all.
You don't have any money at all. It's on you then, Viola.
Tantalus, you owe me 2 gold pieces now because I had to pay for you yesterday.
Put it on the tab.
It's a very small tab. She's got no more money left.
When he says,
Rip off this place. We've been here already. Aren't we coming here for free later on?
Later on, yeah.
When Tantalus says put it on the tab, Ren pulls out a small book and just marks a couple of notes on it and then puts it away again.
So,
It's business.
what would you like to look at first? You've got pickpocket and guards, you've got roots, you've got... What else did you see? You're looking for traps, you're looking for... What else? So where would you like to go first? What would you... Or would you like to look at the right wing first, or where would you like to...
Because there's an alarm somewhere in this room, according to the map,
Uh-huh.
can I investigate, like, around the door area, or... Because obviously that's the way out, isn't it?
Oh, okay. Yes, you may. Yes, you may.
Because there's no windows, is there, in this place? There's no window.
Okay,
Right.
so you go to by the door area, and I need to find the door area. There we go. Nope, that's the gala. Hang on. Here we are. So you go to the doorway area. You can see that there is a solid wooden door, which looks to be able to be shut on the inside manually. It's not mechanical or magic or anything like that. It's basically just shutters that you would normally see on a sturdy door. And then you can see a rug on the floor. What would you like to do? That's basically all you can see around there. The door and the rug. That's it.
Can I see if the door's trapped? Like if there's like an alarm on the door, so...
Yeah, so roll a investigation check for me, please.
Okay. I want to do this like so they don't look dodgy though.
God, yeah, no worries. Margaret's voice is proper just wrecked my throat. I can really feel it tickling. So you rolled a 15 for the investigation check. Fine. Roll me a performance check to see if you can, or a deception check to see if you can look natural while doing this.
Both the same, so it doesn't really matter.
Okay, 15's pretty good. Yeah. So no guards seem to come over. The woman at the desk definitely doesn't seem to notice anything. Oh God. And you can see that the door is naturally locked from the inside. You can use thieves' tools to unlock it. The lock looks pretty good. Not the best that is around, but it looks okay. It looks half decent at least. And then but there doesn't seem to be any traps around the door.
Well, it's not alarmed then.
The door is not alarmed, no.
Right. Okay, gonna see if there's anything under the rug. Cause...
Okay. So roll me another deception or performance check, and then roll me an investigation check.
Oh God.
So your performance is 4. You notice and you stop very, very quickly as you seem to be getting a bit of few side eyes from the woman as you start messing around with the rug behind the desk.
I'll just shout out, there's a spider on the floor. He's trying to stand on it.
Roll a deception check. I will roll an insight. She's just a basic commoner, so it's a D20. You rolled an 11. I rolled a 17. She goes, you just move away from the door, please. There is no need for you to be there unless you're exiting or entering. If you continue messing around that area, I will most certainly be calling the guards.
Okay, and I'll just step away. Don't want to cause any trouble.
Thank you.
Sorry.
What's been going on? I want to go and have a look at the 2 statues.
Mm-hmm.
A close look at the 2 statues. Kind of look around them and stuff. What I actually want to do is have a look at the desk and see if there's a key card or anything on the desk.
Okay.
Because where the room is, going and looking around the back of the statues.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a pretty clear view.
Okay. So you roll a perception check.
I did do that last week on that front desk, I think.
Yeah, but there was no one there.
Yeah. Then.
Oh, nice. Okay. Unnatural 20. Very, very nice. Yes, you notice that it's not on the desk, but that she most certainly does have a key card on her. I want to be. No, I'm not. I'm just going to shut up. Yeah, it's on her side.
Okay. As she, I mean, in my mind, if she was telling her off, would she have stood up to tell her off or anything?
She stood up constantly, unfortunately.
Okay.
Her poor legs.
Poor lady. So, just as an idea for kind of population at this point in time, is it just us in the museum at this time in the morning?
There is a few. A couple of people in there. They seem to be more asked. They're actually there to look at the museum. Funnily enough, and they seem to be looking at the pictures on the walls or just mulling around. There's an old man and a woman who is currently at one of the shops buying a foam, not a foam, sorry, because they're old people. They are buying the Museum of Magical Mysteries tea set.
Cup of tea.
Would I be able, as she's distracted by Viola,
Yeah.
try and pick her keycard?
Okay, roll a sleight of hand.
It's gonna go horribly wrong.
It could.
Badly. Do I get advantage because of the distraction?
She rolled a 13. Yeah. Yeah, technically it's help, even though she was doing something. Is that with advantage?
That was 2 dice, yeah.
She grabs your hand and instantly whacks a button underneath the desk. And you see about 4 guards run out. You hear this audible mwop, 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 and 4 guards run out of the side passages and instantly descend upon you and grab you. What seems to be the problem here? And she goes, he was trying to take my card. Got anything to say for yourself, sir?
Can I pipe up now?
Yeah.
Okay. This is kind of embarrassing. Hey, it's me again. I just asked my friend to slip you a little message stone, but that didn't really work out. I was just feeling a bit sheepish after our last encounter, just a misunderstanding, everyone. My fault. I should have just been the man, just
Show me the
asked
note.
you out. Where's it gone?
I look on the floor. I'm looking around.
And I'm looking at guards. Look under your feet. There's just chaos here now. It could be anywhere.
Roll. Oh Jesus! Roll a deception check with disadvantage. I don't even care if you're helping each other with this. There's no evidence. There's no thing.
Both disadvantage. That's entirely fair.
Who's rolling the deception here? All right, not me then. Or am I rolling it?
Yeah, you can both
Who's
roll
rolling?
it. Yeah, you can both roll it.
Okay. Disadvantage.
Yeah, you're kind of incriminating yourself here as part of this. So, oh dear. So they rolled a 17 technically as a group, and the guards look at both of you and say, I remember you from yesterday. You're mulling around here again. Now you're doing all this shady, dodgy business.
Screw you, jackass, and I'll leg it.
No, so Tantalus is gone. Bolts out the door. Well, that's quite incriminating, isn't it? And what do you have to say about yourself, sir?
I believe he was trying to make moves on the young lady, but he's, as you can see, very strange. I do apologise, and I kind of back away from them and just walk myself out of the building.
No problem. Wow, first moment in there. Jesus. Oh
my
God. Right, Viola. You've got time to do a few things. What would you like to do? Or if, and I will keep coming back to you guys if there's anything you'd like to do on the outside, disguise yourself, etc., etc., etc. Which can be done.
Plan. I'll speak to him when it's my turn. I'll speak to him.
Atlas is just gone.
Catch me next time, fuckers.
Right, well, I need to try and get a key card off someone, which that didn't happen then. But can I just walk around and see if there's a guard that might be distracted, like watching, like just. Actually, I'll do the route. I'll try and follow the guard, like spot a guard and follow him, see if I can see what kind of routes they're doing.
Okay. Roll a to look natural. Roll a performance or disadvantage. Not disadvantage. Oh God, what's the word?
Deception.
Thank you. $11. Okay. He's just mulling about his business. Seems okay. And he takes a route that as he gets back onto his watch, he takes a route that goes from the left-hand side up to the top, comes back down, goes out, checks half of the main hall by the shop, spends about 30 seconds chatting to the shopkeep on the left-hand side, makes his way down, and then makes his way back into the left-hand side hallway and does the same route. It probably takes about 2 or 3 minutes.
So that's just the guard on the bottom floor, is that?
Yes.
Did you say?
Yeah, if that's the one you're following specifically.
Okay. Can I make my way upstairs and then try and follow a guard there as well? See the route upstairs.
Okay. So there's a guard stationed at the front again, and then which room would you like to? There's probably about 3 guards up here. Who would you like to follow?
Can I see if any go like into the attic way, like around the attic?
Okay, so So there is a guy that makes his way from the toilet area down to the bottom, back up to the toilet area, and then over to the balcony where you can see down onto the bottom floor. And he seems to spend a couple of seconds there, not very long. Goes over to the Minotaur, make sure that no one's messing with it too much, and then goes back up to the stairwell, has one quick last glance, and then goes back to the toilet area and back down.
Does he open the toilet doors?
Mm-mm.
No.
No.
I don't see anyone's doing anything dodgy in
That is a, test of privacy, that one.
Well, you might knock first and then open the door.
I don't even care if I was on the loo in a museum and a guard came back and went, knock, 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 just checking you're all right in there. I'd be like, bugger off.
Can I walk towards the cafe area and see if there's any guards that walk through there? You know, because there's a door, isn't there, leading to the Dragon Egg room on the map?
There is. No, you notice that the two guards there, one is literally walking from the ice room, technically, to the cafe guy, as a small little chat. As he gets there, another guard from the main room makes his way in. They all have a little converse, and then they make their way back onto their respectful paths. Does that make sense about their path in the daytime a little bit?
Yeah, so basically no one goes into the attic, do they?
No.
At all.
No one's really interested.
So that might be an option. Wait. Alarms in that room. So I'm currently upstairs, aren't I? With the Minotaur. In the Minotaur room.
Yep. Give you a moment. Ren, Tantalus, is there anything you'd like to do while you're conversing outside?
Yeah, I'm going to sort of scurry behind the entrance to the museum and sort of usher Ren over. Hopefully it doesn't. Yeah, basically. Yeah. So now that the guards are like in the front, which means they might not be around the back. You know what I mean? So.
Good thought. Let's go see.
Should we have a look? So have a quick look and go around the side or the back to look at the loading area, see what we see.
So you see the very long ramp going down into pretty much darkness. You can see the very faint glow of light behind a door, a very large door. Could definitely easily fit a wagon and crates and everything you want through there. And roll a perception check. Uh, 14, and what did Ren get? There we go, 13. Brilliant. Yeah, both around about the same. There doesn't seem to be any guards around. You're pretty confident in the fact that there's no guards around.
Let's go. Without any hesitation, I'm going to start going towards the entrance to the loading bay.
Not a problem. So you make your way to the... Sorry, go on, Hazard.
Think fast, and I start moving.
No worries. So you make your way down to the large doors, and you can see on the outside of the door there is a you can see that there is a somewhat okay lock on there. You can see the large wooden doors that have the grills in, like the very, very thin grills, you know what I mean, don't you? Like on a barn door kind of thing. And, yeah.
Okay. Is there any windows or other doors that I can see around in this area?
Roll a perception check.
I'll also have a little look and see. I'll give you some support.
Thanks. I need it.
Yeah, Tantalus, you don't see anything. But you're not quite sure. You're like, haven't really looked. Everything's happening on the fly pretty quick. Ren, what did you get?
I've not rolled yet. My foundry's gone a little bit funny.
A little bit funny.
Tantalus, roll with advantage instead.
Just roll another dice at Tantalus.
It was perception, wasn't
Sorry,
it?
my foundry's gone a little bit funny.
Just refresh it, dude.
Want me to roll with advantage or just roll another dice?
Just roll another dice, dude. There you go. Oh, okay. So 9. Yeah, you don't manage to see anything. Or there might not be anything there
Even
to
worse.
see. You can
When you
just see
say
the
that to
lock.
me, I look at you. It's just a lock. Okay, is it a simple lock or is it a magical lock?
Roll an Arcana check.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, you are with a 19. You are pretty certain that you do not feel any magical essence of this. It looks like a normal mechanical lock that would be used with thieves' tools to break through.
Yeah. Barbarian could use her head and smash through this door, probably.
Or the thieves' tools that she carries. I
I know which one I prefer.
We have neither of those. Would we be able to spend time kind of unscrewing the lock or anything? Is that something we could do?
It would take you a long time to get that door off and a lot of noise. It's not like a lot. It's your typical pick a lock. You know what I
You
mean?
want to dismantle it rather than pick it.
Do you have tinkerer's tools?
You have a screwdriver.
I don't think your jewelry tools or your cartographer tools will be able to help you in this instance. So no, unfortunately not. You what?
Could we force the lock?
With a very high strength athletics check, yes.
We're not getting through here then, are we?
We could torch it. We could torch it. We could set fire to this door. And then we run. And then they have a damaged door they need to repair. Maybe.
And we draw the guards to the back.
You can go around the front again and try again.
I don't think she'll let us in again.
Just saying, we could set fire to it if you want. We don't set fire to it.
I think this is going a little bit off the idea at the minute. We're not supposed to be drawing attention to ourselves.
Dial it back a bit.
So,
Might be a little obvious at that point.
go back
That's
to
what she did out of
Viola.
it then.
You make your way out. Back to Viola. What would you like to do?
I'd like to go back towards where the guard's break room is and see if there's a guard around there.
You do see it. You spend some time down there, and you do see a guard making his way around. Yes.
Do I see that if he has like a key card hanging off the side of him, or?
He certainly does.
Okay, I'm gonna go up to
Mhm.
and say hello, and then be
Okay.
like,
So just
You look
quickly, roll me a d10.
a D10.
Yeah, I want to see which guard you find and what their mannerisms
Is that
are.
where?
What did you get?
Oh, there we go.
There we go. So you got a 6. Okay. Okay. Cool. You see a female guard,
Oh God.
and she comes up to you. Well, you go up to her. What'd you say?
You look like a very pretty strong guard.
Thank you. And you
I
look
just-
like a pretty strong woman.
This just totally ruined my plan.
Not necessarily.
Right.
Depends where you're willing to go.
Have you got a break coming up anytime soon?
Roll a persuasion check.
We've got 1,000 viewers now, by the way.
Yeah, just with a 15. For you, honey. Very, very soon, I might have a lot longer than a break.
Would you like to go for a drink? Have you got somewhere we can go?
Not
Private?
right now. I'm roll a persuasion check again.
Ah.
9. Unfortunately, not right now, honey. But maybe we could stop off for a drink later.
What time are you working till?
I'm only on the day shift, and this is my last day, so
Oh, how come it's your last day? Are you not going to be here anymore?
no. I wish to travel the world.
Would you not even stay here for me?
Maybe I could travel it with you.
Okay, and then I'll just
Okay.
No, and then I'll say to her, I'll come back later when you've finished your shift. What time should I be back for?
Oh, I'll be finished about 4 o'clock, dearie. Look forward to it. Well, by the way, what's your name?
Viola.
Ah, nice to
What's
meet you,
your name?
Viola. Crystal.
Okay, and then I'll just blow her a kiss
Oh, God.
as she walks away.
With that, roll a general charisma check.
Just it says the ability check. Just that one, yeah.
Yeah.
Way!
A 21. Right. So, as you blow with a kiss, she goes, looks around. Fuck it. And she runs, not runs, but she walks very sturdily towards you. Grabs you by the wrist. Follow me. And she bangs her card on the
Anglo what now?
she taps her card
We've
on-
literally gone up. We've had 3 more viewers.
on the door.
I swear.
On the-
Where is that card?
she taps her card on the door, and the door to the break room opens up, and she drags you in there. You can see inside that there is a stairway that leads down. I will actually drag your character in there so you can see what is in there.
Okay.
There you go. So you can see that this guard that is with you, that there is a small table in there. There is a stairway that leads down. And there is like a so there's no really like seating area. There's just like a small stool, but there's a couple of tables. One of them has let me just have a look what is actually in here. I know one other thing. I just want to see if there's so to the northwest corner, you can see that there is a box, like a little supply box that's on the that is on a table, and there is also a another table there. On the table to the northeast of the room, you can see that there is a small stash of cards that look very similar to the ones that she used It's about 6 or 7 there. And then obviously you don't know what's in the box.
So I can't see anything down the stairwell. It's too dark,
No,
is it?
it's too dark. Yeah.
Okay. I'll say to it, is anyone going to be disturbing us while we're in here? Will we get into trouble?
No. Unless you want to go down into the basement.
Yeah, well, yeah, okay, let's go down to the basement.
Okay. So she leads the way. Is there anything you want to do in the meantime as she leads the way?
I want to try and get one of the key cards off the table.
Roll a sleight of hand check.
Close my. Ah.
No, not bad. That's pretty good. Yeah, you managed to swipe. Roll a d4 for me. Perfect number. You managed to swipe 3 key cards.
Way!
And you just instantly bang them into your little pouch as she drags you downstairs. Guys, as you are looking to try and find a way to get into the loading area, I guess, as you can see through the grates, you see that the lights get banged on. They don't see you, but the lights get banged on, and you see a female guard.
What's banging?
And sorry, tapped on. Tapped on. That still sounds weird. They get
Turned on.
Turned on. Switched on. No, yeah, switched. No, it's not a switch. Anyway, you see a female guard walk down, and a friend of yours that is very tall, very muscular, with dark hair, with blonde streaks or white streaks. It's your friend Viola, and I don't need graphic detail, Ashley. I don't need graphic detail, please, as this is a semi family show. I know we swear, but how far do you go with this?
As far as needed. As far as she wants.
Take it for the team.
All I need to know. Hang on. Shush. All I need to know is first, second, or third base. That's all I need to know.
If she wants to go to third base, I will go to third base.
You're totally on third base. There we go, and that takes you about 45 minutes. So, what would you guys like to do, Ren and Tantalus, for about 45 minutes? A pint?
You just stand there.
You just stand there.
Yeah, just observing, keeping the lookout.
Thunk.
This could be a perfect opportunity, as there is one guard missing. But if you wish to stand there,
Every now and then I've got to tilt my head like thinking.
I don't think she's
how's
captured.
How's she doing that? What's going on?
We should probably leave.
So this basement is the loading dock, is
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Okay.
If only we had a key to get into the loading dock.
Where would you put the key?
In the lock.
I thought you were going to say the slot, but okay.
No.
Right.
Just to come back. Maybe we go and come back in 10 minutes thinking, flipping out stuff.
Is there anything productive you would like to do within this 45 minutes? Maybe I should have put it like that. No. Ren, is there anything productive you would like to do in this 45 minutes?
Well, we
Ren?
can't go back in. That's a problem.
Dude, you have so many opportunities to go back in. Think of what you are.
Right.
climb up the building, Tantalus?
Need to climb.
Pay attention. Look at me.
Yeah.
Can you climb up the building?
Barely climb out of bed.
That's
the
true.
building.
Shit.
I can try.
It would take you a. It's about. How high is a room? 12 feet? 13 feet? Times that by 3 and add a little bit more. You're looking at about 40 feet.
Yeah.
That would take you a fair few tries to get up, and a long way to fall if you manage to fail it.
I can get back into the building.
They mage with 7 hit points, so I don't think that's going to end well.
When we come tonight, you'll be without your mask on, so I don't want them seeing you without your mask on. I can get back in.
Remember the money.
Still got a ticket, it's fine.
Shit, you do, don't you?
Yeah.
Nice.
Today ticket. We both got tickets still.
Do.
They didn't take them off us.
Did not. You ran, that's why.
See, you always run.
Sorry, go on, carry on.
Run back to the Tantalus, run back to the hut, get the fine clothes that you're gonna wear tonight.
Did you not put them in your bag?
Would I have?
I don't know, would you have? Would you? I'm just saying, like, it's an option that it was there. And I don't mind you either way.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're happy that we would have.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. Like,
likely to want to go back. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. So Tantalus, put these on. You're going in to have a look around early before the gala. Okay.
What do you want me to look for? Just anything in particular? Or?
No, you're being one of the you're one of the people who's going to the gala tonight. We're not going to do anything dodgy. We're not going to do anything that's going to get us kicked out again. Okay.
Okay. But you want me to go in there now?
We're going to go in there now. You're going to go in dressed as you're dressed in your robes, your fine clothes for tonight. And you're just wanting to go in and have a look around before the gala. Because you've heard how good the museum is, and you want to have a proper look around. Your aide has already picked up your ticket and brought it back for you. That's how you've got your ticket. Okay. I'm going to be looking different. Don't tell anyone about this. Okay.
Okay. But okay.
And yeah, I give him the clothes. Find a corner, you'll be fine.
Changing the street somewhere.
And I take off my armor that I've been wearing, shove that in the bag. So I'm just wearing my clothes, which I wear underneath my armor. I put both of my swords into the bag, and I've just got a dagger on my hip.
okay.
And I look like the Watcher that we saw before.
Yep. The Keeper. Yep.
Keeper, sorry, yeah. Keeper that we saw before.
No worries. Not a problem. Are you doing anything apart from changing clothes, Tantalus, and removing your mask and hood to
Yeah, can I put my where can I do my bag and clothes? Does it go in the bag of bags?
the bag of bags? Yep, it can go in the bag of holding, not a problem. Okay. Are you keeping your book on you and your jewel?
Yeah.
So with this get up, you won't have your regular satchel and all that kind of stuff. So you will have to carry your book and your gem. Yeah. Your gem could probably be slotted into the pocket. That's not a problem, but you'd have to carry your book. All right.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. So you make your way back in. You greet the lady at the desk, and there is no issue. She asks for your ticket. You present her with the ticket, and there is no issue with the illusionary magic or the feature that Ren has.
Does Ren still look like Ren? Like
No,
his face?
Ren now looks like a middle-aged man with bushy eyebrows, a bald patch on the back of his head, and big old mutton chops.
That's a neat trick. By the way, Ren,
Come in handy.
He's
you kept that quiet.
He's a little bit taller than he normally is. Still looks, still looks human.
I look like a sickly-looking Asimar.
Yeah. So
malnourished and not well.
With Tantalus's mask and cowl off, he is completely bald with like a dappled head, almost like purples and very, very light greys. His cheekbones are withered in. He has like dried lips, and like almost like the purple seems to come under his chin here ever so slightly. Deep sockets of eyes. He looks rather withdrawn. Still looks quite humanish, but there's something weird about him. Right, so yeah, you make your way in. There is no issue, absolutely none. They would not think about illusion magic here. So I'm not even going to roll for it because there's no point. There's nothing worse than a DM goes, I know you're doing illusion magic, so I'm going to roll for it. Like, it wouldn't. So what would you like to do? What would you like to do? Where would you like to go? What would you like to see?
I'll look over the as I present the ticket. I'll look and see. Are there any guides?
You would have got a guide with your ticket. You get one every day. Sorry, like a little crappy map.
Okay.
Very similar to the map that you got off the lady. She's written all over it. Sorry, the dragon enthusiast. Not.
So I'll kind of walk in with Tantalus
And what?
go to the right. We haven't been down that way before.
Okay. So you make your way to the right. I'm going to move both of your characters on here so you know the layout, basically, of the thing. This first room, you see, it has a large anvil over on the northeast side of the room. It's only a 15 by 15 foot room, and you can see that there is molten lava that kind of drips from the top of it and then goes back underneath it, and it's almost this like perpetual circle of molten lava on this anvil. To the right, there is a hammer which is glowing blue, like pulsating with blue energy, and there's runes on the side. It's quite a thick hammer, but it's only like a hand. Like a hand, what's it called? Light hammer. But it looks very powerful, very magical. Again, these are all screened up, and you can see on the little banisters before the magical screens come up, you can see the runes etched into the banister that is allowing this to happen. And then on the southeast corner, you can see that there is a helmet or a helm with a nose piece that comes down the front and it comes down the sides, very gladiatorial / Roman. But then it's got 2 wings that come out the top. They're still made of gold, but they're 2, fashioned wings at the top. Is there anything you'd like to do in this room?
I'm just gonna do a walk straight through, see
Okay.
what's there, room
Okay.
by room. But before I leave too far from Tantalus,
Yeah. No, he's following you,
just-
or you're following each other.
I'm just gonna say, can you have a look at these and see if there's any way to deactivate it, or deactivate one?
Okay. So they are arcane in nature, aren't they? These barriers.
Oh yes, very much so.
And like with other arcane devices, it have a core or a power core.
No, not that you can see. These are ruined. Yeah, they're still magic, but there's a different way of. It's not mechanical magic. This is pure magic.
Is it a spell I would know?
Roll an Arcana check. No, unfortunately not. Not
You
with a
see the
12.
results before I do.
Yeah, not with a 12. No. You just know that you can even sense with the Arcana check that it is power that is beyond, at the moment, beyond your capability.
You know, there's no map on the stream. I don't know if you know that.
No, I know. Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine. I'm just taking you guys through.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure what I can do about it. It's ruined, and yeah, it's a bit beyond my understanding.
Okay. Just to carry on ahead.
Okay.
Then.
So this room, you can see. Hang on, one sec. Just in this room, it is glowing green. You can see a statue to the northeast that depicts a slim elven man with long hair. He holds a scepter in. He holds 2 daggers in his hands. And to the northwest, there is a skull that right underneath the skull of. Oh God, what was the name? Hang on. I wrote it there. Write the name down. Ethrol. No. No, it says Caloxy. So it says the skull of Caloxy. Lower on the southeast, you can see a bone scepter and a crown that look very, very powerful. And to the south. To the southeast, so the southwest is the scepter and the crown. To the southeast is a like an idol, like a little statue that is pulsating green, and it's of a serpent. So anything you want to do in this room?
You can do with these items with barriers. So
I can imagine Tantalus just like on the barriers.
they look nice. Wonder what that one does.
Rolling over them.
So you make your way up here, up to the top, and in this room, you can see that it is of a few magical artifacts. There is a harp, there is a glowing orb, there is a mechanical device that has like cogs, cogs on the front and all that kind of stuff, and so it basically looks like, like a world globe, but like a big one, where it has the gold trim around the outside. It's got the world, and you can spin it. Well, this is automatically spinning and you can see that there is the map of Ethrol encompassed around it, and it's a good size. It's a big stocky thing. And then on the southwest there is let me just get you out the way so I can see what it is. It is another gold piece that emanates very heavy dark magic, and it's basically the body of like a golden body of a human, and then a skull on the top. And in front of you is a door. And then there is a guard that has just come out of that door and is starting to walk down the line. Anything you'd like to do?
The door that's at the end of this corridor looks like the guard only access door kind of thing. The doors we've seen before.
Yeah, you can see on the front there is a little sign that says Curator's Office.
I'll ask the guard. Excuse me, guard, is there any chance I could meet with the curator before tonight's event?
Roll me a d10, please.
D10.
Sorry, d12.
D12.
With 12.
Yes.
Okay. So you see this man. He looks. He's got a very, very prominent, thick black beard. Almost dead in his eyes. He's got pupils and all that kind of stuff, but he just looks so intense. And it's almost robotic the way he moves. He turns instantly towards you and nearly knocks off his earphones. He turns directly towards you and he says, "No, that is not how this works. You will not be allowed to see the creator. If you wish to sample his work, then you can obviously view his work by purchasing a ticket, which I'm assuming you've already done. Now, may I get on with my job?"
Rude.
And he just barges past you and carries on.
But if I'm stood in front of him, does he barge past me as well? Or?
Well, I'm assuming, just from where you're situated, that Tantalus is to the side. Yeah, he just gives you a shove on the way past. Ooh, he's thinking. Do it, do it, do it, do it.
I don't know what he's thinking. I've been told to behave myself.
Bad.
I rolled a 12 as well.
What were you saying then, sorry, Ren?
I've just said guard. Are
yeah.
you... Who's your superior? Who's your superior, guard?
He says,
Take out the book.
Crystal Pendle Glitter.
And what's your name?
What a flamboyant name.
I'm gonna have to write this down. Crystal Pendle Glitter. My name is Woolham.
Woolham. And how long were you working in the How long were you working at the museum for?
I have work to do.
God, how long were you working at the museum for? You've just pushed past 2 members of the gala for this evening. Don't think that's particularly appropriate behaviour, considering what's happening. I would like to know how long you were stationed at the museum for. Was today supposed to be your last day?
No.
How many more days were you supposed to be here for?
I am hired here. I'm here permanently.
We'll see about that. When you see people coming to have a look around the museum prior to a gala, in the attire that we are, it would stand to reason that we were probably coming to the gala at the later on in the day. Just be mindful of who you push past and how you speak to people. That's all I'm asking. Understood?
I know.
Thank you. Now, I believe my associate here did have a question.
He turns to Tantalus and he says, the creator is not here at the moment. I cannot let you into his office. I hope you understand, my lord.
Just nod.
Now, please, may I get on with my route, my lord.
Proceed.
Thank you.
And thank you.
And he scurries away. Very well played. Very, very well played. And we are going to end it there for this evening, guys. With that little bit of social interaction, and we will continue this next week. But we have Nat back next week, so we need to figure out a way how to entwine her into this story. So there will be.
Okay, Crystal is already entwined, probably.
There will be some kind of discussions throughout the week, and it should. We're really near the end, so there should only be one more session from this. They've got probably a little bit more exploration, and then the actual heist, and the gala and the heist. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. Don't forget that these videos go live every Monday on our YouTube channel, so head over there and give us a view if you can. It's always very, very much appreciated. We're trying to, get this off the ground and all that kind of stuff, so it would be lovely for your support, and it would be ever muchly appreciated. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you have a lovely, lovely week, and from myself and everyone else, hope you have a lovely time. Take it easy, guys. See you next week. Peace.